Festal is a collection of remarkable organizations that, or events that are run by organizations that care passionately about their communities and about retaining their culture.
We have a statement that says we bring our varied community together and we're here to create community. So in doing that, the cultural festivals are really the ideal event or the series of events that helps us accomplish that mission.
It means a lot to our community because it opens doors to a wider audience, and Seattle Center is such a prestigious venue where you get such wider audience to enjoy our festival and to understand our art forms and our Indian culture.
Planning committee that comes together and we talk about what we want to do, how we want it to look, and then I make sure that we get that done through the Seattle Center. Before we go into the event plan, there are a couple things on the agenda. So Spirit Walk is in the morning, 7:30 is when we're officially allowed to come in. I think is that when how early you go, Ben? I think you're the first one to get out there. And then 9:30 when we start the walk, we'd like to have someone to lead us, so a walk with a drum. Is that something we can get, Annette?
I think I'll try to work on somebody for the short walk.
Were we planning on doing another panels art exhibit or just
all of the panels? It will look exactly like it did last year. So I talked to Michael Stevens. She now coordinates for us. And if we tell her how many we need, she will make sure she goes around and gets them back. That way we're not charged for anything. Okay. I have the Art Mart loading, the vendors loading between 9 and 11. It starts at 11:30. I'm really hoping to bring together this year the nonprofit Native organizations that we're going to work with and a few of the tribes. Within Washington State, there are 29 federally recognized tribes. And those tribes host, for example, powwows, which are large events. And the Native communities and tribes celebrate each other with those powwows. We don't have a lot of opportunity to host Native events in the community. But this is pretty much a unique place for us to expose that culture and tradition to non-natives.
In some cases, the population of a particular ethnic group is dispersed throughout the Puget Sound region, so having it centrally located is really good. And also the mechanism of marketing and public relations that the center and the city have for its programs at Seattle Center offers a real advantage to the festivals collectively and also each individual festival.
With a broader audience, right? Let's take it out there where people from the north end, still in the south end, can reach us. Let's share this with the community.
If they have their festivals here, it can be seen by a much bigger audience. If some of them came from Holly Park, some of them came from Beacon Hill, some had smaller events, but if they stayed in those neighborhoods, a lot of people weren't going to come across them. And so it was a collective effort to say, this is a really huge part of our city and who we are. And at Seattle Center, we're really proud to help that happen and want you to know about it.
Okay, good morning, Alio. I know you're busy, but could you please do that? That table is yours. Yassi! What have you got over here? Okay, Taranet.
Tarano?
That's her?
Yes.
Okay, so who's not
Morning.
here? Power source. Okay, do you have your cable? Yes. Okay, let me show you. The goal is celebration of what you are and what your culture is. You have to celebrate that, and you have to feel yourself. Your excitement of celebration elevates everything collectively. So it's not about production. It's about the result of synergy that elevate our community as a whole. I got a group that they help on organizing our festival. We got stage programming, we got someone handle the food, we got vendors, programming, and then we got volunteer coordinator, and then someone that they handle all the social media and PR. So everybody comes together. My ultimate position is really just keep the energy alive, because at the end of the day, leadership and the excitement is what drives people.
میتونین وسایل رو بذارین backstage و get ready و
خوش اومدین صبح بخیر. Welcome everyone. It's lovely to see all these beautiful faces, right?
Yes, you guys look beautiful out here.
I think Festal gave us a venue to be able to be showing our custom and our language and our art to the bigger community. And I think it's really important element, because when we talk about diversity that makes America special, we have to be able to promote that and be able to teach other people exactly what it is.
The underlying value to do it here at Seattle Center, so anybody can come and your people can come and be affirmed, is to show that we are more than what you've seen on TV. We are more than what you get in these snippets. We are a diverse people, we are varied, we have beautiful culture and art and music.
We are the very first community festival coming out to the Seattle Center. We started in 1979.
Cherry Blossom initiated the idea of coming out of your neighborhood and doing an ethnic festival here at Seattle Center.
This is where we make use of the multiple reps.
It really is focused on learning the culture. They're very good at that.
Now I'm going to ask you to kind of scoot your body forward and then pick up the bowl and bring it toward your knees. Good.
Okay, so you hold it up. When just within the community, everybody know each other, and we know that the basic of the Japanese culture, we then realize that some of the things are so common. We didn't even think about it, or trying to even explain it. All of a sudden, we're coming into the shadow with other people. Now we have to explain it. That was a really new experience to us.
They have been steadfast in their commitment, not just to Cherry Blossom, but to that notion of festivals as a way that community is strengthened and culture is passed on.
We're just one small community, and we're doing it. Pretty soon, as I said, yeah, it's Japanese doing it, sharing that their culture with a wider community. So as a group, had a same idea. It's an Italian, Filipino, they all joined it.
It was a smaller group at the beginning. What I remember about creating Festal is that it wasn't an idea to which the festivals took easily or naturally. They represent very strong, passionate individual communities, and I think the fear of losing themselves in a collective identity maybe was threatening.
We're going to get started, but we're going to always start with introductions to see who's in the room. You can introduce yourself and what organization you represent.
I think we originally started by hosting monthly meetings of all the festivals together. Until then, they had individual relationships with the center.
When we started doing it, and we are the only festival. Then other ones, like African American and the Filipinos, Italian festivals are joining. But that time we are doing it at a separate time. We are not talking to each other.
We find that we get more people coming to our festival for the food than are coming for anything else.
At least one person at booth needs a health card. Yeah.
Can we be under the same permit for food demonstration?
Without a separate permit, yes.
Well, he was saying
You gotta have the name
she's making the booth. Yeah, what you're having here, no permit needed. It's a private event.
There's a lot of exchange that happens, and it happens year-round because we're meeting on a regular basis, monthly, to learn from each other, to give information to help the festivals and the producers grow in their knowledge and understanding and current ways of doing things.
I had a whole section here on permits and licenses. Let me just put it this way. Do it early. Get it out of the road. Get the I's dotted and the T's crossed.
So usually Festal meetings, we share our experiences because they'll come and report about the festivals that just happened last weekend or before. And then they talk about the financial challenges and how did they publicize it and what kind of challenges they faced. So it's a learning experience for whoever attend the meeting.
They learn from us, and we learn from them.
And then half-hour changeover, and you did it on
10 minutes changeover.
10 minutes, okay.
10 minute changeover.
All of these individuals are really learning from each other and having an opportunity to learn from a person from a completely different culture or language or part of the world. And many of these people come from countries which may have been at war with each other 100 years ago or 50 or 70 years ago. So there's a lot of learning and real face-to-face, personal getting to know each other that I think is a real value to this coalition.
Cooking demonstrations are very, very popular.
Whenever I look at them, it just energizes me because all the people that represent those countries in this meeting are the same people passionate like I am. They believe in their culture. They believe in their complementary to America as a whole. And that's exciting because my feeling is if I want to make any kind of move, I'm sitting with 26 other leaders believing the same good stuff. So Festal as a whole is a really a powerful energy when you realize people that they are there, they are really, they're doers, they believers, you know, and that's exciting.
Their goals of making the Seattle Center a culturally diverse place to host festivals for different culture, I think that's amazing. It says a lot about our region in that we are very culturally diverse.
Over the years, what I've come to understand is we're not celebrating the differences. What we're doing is sharing with everyone just how similar we are. Every culture is about family, education, music, food. Every culture has these elements, and it's just that they do it in a little different way.
There's a need for this. There's a need to be reminded of the complexity and beauty of the world. And so continuing that expansion of who is we? How do we define we? And remains and has been the biggest change, I think.
Well, you know, the 20th anniversary is coming up. In 2017, Festal will have been here at Seattle Center in the form that you see it in for 20 years, right? That's with the support that's given, the whole unit dedicated to cultural festivals. An anniversary gives you the opportunity to shine some light on what it is you're doing.
The significance of the 20th anniversary is to kind of put all of that on display, right? To say that we have made this work over 20 years. We have leaped over all the hurdles that you had to leap over in order to make this program vibrant and alive and real. We have conquered all, well, never all of the challenges, but we have conquered many of the challenges that make just having this collective, just making the collective. So now we're saying to the larger community, this is who we are.
To see how many people come together for the same vision at the end of the day, to share this with the community, to share their culture, their traditions with the community, that's great. It inspires me. That I'm really looking forward to the 20th year celebration.